So, good morning, my dear students. Now, I am discussing about a very important topic: transport of gases, O2 transportation, and CO2 transportation. First, go for O2 transport. So, O2 transportation. O2 is transported in three ways. Transported in two ways. One is by plasma. Second one is by hemoglobin. By plasma, 3% of oxygen is transported. By hemoglobin, 97% of oxygen get be transported. By plasma, there is 3% of oxygen get be transported. By hemoglobin, there is a 97% get be transported. Hemoglobin is a respiratory pigment present in the RBC of man. So this is the RBC. Within the RBC there is the hemoglobin. This is the RBC. This is the hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is made up of two alpha polypeptide chains and two beta polypeptide chains. So hemoglobin is a respiratory pigment, is seen in the RBC of man, not in the plasma. Hemoglobin is having two varieties of polypeptide chains. They are alpha polypeptide chain and beta polypeptide chain. There is two alpha polypeptide chains are there. Two beta polypeptide chains are there. Here it is combines with four molecules of oxygen. They get be satisfied. And hemoglobin want to satisfied means it should be combines with 4 moles of oxygen converted into HbO2 taken 4. HbO2 taken 4 times. It is a irreversible reaction. Hemoglobin want to combine with oxygen. How many molecules are essential? Like that question will come in Neet. 4 molecules. Next one. It is our heart. It is our systemic aorta. It is our tissue. It is our tissue. This is a carrying oxygen, the help of hemoglobin. There is 4 moles of oxygen get be carried that dumps into tissues. For every 100 ml of blood, there is 5 ml of oxygen is dumped into the tissues. Question like this will ask in Neet. For how many ml of oxygen is entered into the tissues for every 100 ml? Answer is 5 ml. So for every 100 ml, 5 ml of oxygen is entered into the tissues. This oxygen is essential for catabolism of the sugars, is useful for the catabolism of sugars in the tissues. The topic is CO2 transportation. Here there is one diagrammatic representation is there, graphical diagrammatic representation. It is the x-axis, this is the y-axis, very important to need. On x-axis there is a partial pressure is taken, partial pressure of oxygen is taken. In y-axis hemoglobin saturation is taken, hemoglobin saturation is taken, hemoglobin saturation. Here on x-axis I am taking the partial pressures in mm of Hg, 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 104 like this I am taking, 110 like that, 110. Now y-axis 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 I am taking. So first to go for there is the lung alveoli. Lung alveoli. In lung alveoli there is 104 mm of Hg. There is 104 mm of Hg of oxygen is there. At 104 mm of Hg there is 100% oxygen get be satisfied. There is a 100% oxygen get be satisfied. Very important for match the following question type. In the lung alveoli there is 104 mm of Hg is there, 100% oxygen get be satisfied, that is hemoglobin get be satisfied. At 104 mm of Hg in lung alveoli, 100% of hemoglobin get be saturated. Second one, at 95 mm of Hg, 97% of hemoglobin get be saturated. At second one is at 94 mm of Hg, that is 95 mm of Hg is seen in the arterial blood, arteries, 97% get be satisfied. At tissues there is a 40 mm of Hg is there. At this 75% get be satisfied. 75% get be satisfied. At 40 mm of Hg there is a 75% get be satisfied. You observed here there is different types of partial pressures I mentioned on the blackboard. One is 100% satisfied at 104 mm of Hg. At 95 mm of Hg, 97% get be satisfied. At 40 mm of Hg, 75% of hemoglobin get be satisfied. We are getting a sigmoid curve. Sigmoid curve. This is the sigmoid curve, a normal sigmoid curve. Here it is deviated like this. The sigmoid curve get be deviated like this. The sigmoid curve is deviated like this. It is the real sigmoid curve. It is deviated towards the right and it deviates towards the left. It deviates towards the right or it deviates toward the left. If it is deviates toward the right, it is a Bohr effect. It is a Bohr effect. Means O2 levels are less, CO2 levels are more, pH is less, temperature is more, H plus ion concentration is more. These are the situations for dissociation of hemoglobin with oxygen. Hemoglobin is dissociated like this with oxygen. These are the climatic factors. O2 level is low, CO2 level is more, pH is less, temperature is more, H plus ion concentration is more. It causing the dissociation. Then here association is caused to the more amount of O2, less amount of CO2, temperature is less, pH is more, H plus ion concentration is less. These reasons are causing the attachment, association. These reasons are caused for dissociation. So oxygen is transported with the help of hemoglobin towards the tissues from systemic artery to the different tissues and organs where it get be dissociated. At lung level it get be associated. It is the Halden effect. At lung level Halden effect is seen. At tissue level Bohr effect is seen. At tissue level Bohr effect is seen. Dissociation. At lung level association is seen. Halden effect. Questions like this they will be asked. Question number 1. How much partial pressure is exerted by the oxygen at lung level 104 mm of Sg? How much pressure is exerted at arterial blood 95 mm of Sg? Next question. How much pressure is exerted here in at tissue level is 40 mm of Sg? Question number 4. How much percentage of hemoglobin is saturated at 104 mm of Sg? 100%. How much percentage of hemoglobin get be satisfied at 95 mm of Sg? 97%. Next question. How much percentage of hemoglobin get be satisfied? 75% at 40 mm of Sg. What is Bohr effect? Dissociation of hemoglobin with oxygen. What is the Halden effect is explains association of hemoglobin with oxygen. What are the favorable climatic situations for the association? More O2, less CO2, temperature is less, pH is more, H plus ion concentration is less. What are the favorable conditions for dissociation of hemoglobin with oxygen? Less O2, more CO2, less pH, more temperature, and H plus ion concentration is more. Next question. Shifting of the dissociation curve towards the right side. What is that effect is called? Bohr effect. Shifting of dissociation curve, that is the sigmoid curve, towards the left side, it is a Halden effect. Halden effect is working at, Halden effect is seen near lungs. Bohr effect is seen near tissues. Like that questions will come. This is about O2 transportation. Please subscribe my channel. I am Sreeram, MSc and APSET Life Sciences qualified. Please subscribe my channel. Please subscribe. Thank you very much. Thank you.